Dundee are along expected lines, with manager Simon Stainrod expressing satisfaction at the way his team have been playing and winning recently. There's no doubt they've already made an impact in their first season back in the Premier Division. Well, every time the story of Jim Duffy threatens to come to an end, another interesting chapter unfolds. He helped Partick Thistle to promotion last season, and in his second spell here at Dens Park, he hopes his experience will see Dundee consolidate in the top league. There's Celtic manager Liam Brady's line-up. In comes Albanian Rudi Vata for his debut, with Andy Payton on the bench. After 2 consecutive home defeats in the league at the hands of Hibs and Partick Thistle, it's essential Celtic recreate their midweek form against Cologne and keep in touch with Rangers. There's no doubt about the informed man at Parkhead these days. John Collins has had a terrific season to date, playing in all 16 games so far and scoring the winner against Cologne. He's set to be named in Andy Roxburgh's Scotland squad to face Portugal. The referee is Donald McVicker from Carluke. And it's a big day for Rudi Vata, making his debut after his £200,000 transfer from Dinamo Tirana. So it's Dundee who get this match underway, an all-ticket occasion, and Dundee have taken 5 points out of the last 6 and playing some very competitive football. Victory over Motherwell here, plus a win at Tannadice and a draw at Easter Road have lifted them on to the 9-point mark, and victory today would take them within a point of Celtic. Well, both clubs have said they must plug defensive leaks. Both have been losing too many goals, and that's something both will be keeping a particular eye on. And the Dundee manager Simon Stainrod saying before the game that on their day Dundee are as good as the best. Well, this will be a real test for them this afternoon, but of course they'll be in a high after recent results and that fine 4-3 victory over Rangers here. So Mike Galloway has lined up as expected, centre-back position alongside Tony Mowbray. There is Galloway in possession. Mark McNally filling the right back role, with Tom Boyd, who's filled so many roles for Celtic this season, at left back. Jim Duffy is ever in the heart of the Dundee defence. So it's McNally stepping in for Celtic, but losing out there to the tall figure eventually of Gilzine. And Celtic have an early throw-in. Headed down there by Vata, and the free kick awarded to Celtic. The foul there on McNally. Well, Rudi Vata has taken up station on the right side of midfield, where he's played recently in the reserves. He played in 3 reserve matches, scoring 2 goals, and that's no doubt what helped Liam Brady make his decision today. So it's McNally's long cross, Craney's in there, it's headed away by Duffy, actually cleared by McEwen. This is Tom Boyd for Celtic to Vata. It's Mowbray. Long ball aimed at Slater. Well, Stuart Slater wearing the number 9 today instead of Andy Payton, who's on the bench, and he's still looking for his first goal since joining Celtic. Maybe today will be the day. Ball breaks through to Boyd. Now it's Galloway. Mowbray. Laid off by Craney, picked up by Slater. He's fouled by Duffy. So the free kick to Celtic. Sporting gesture there from Jim Duffy, who of course began his career with Celtic. That's Collins through to Slater. He's closed down by Alan Dundee. Still Slater. Here comes Galloway, packs a good shot. Oh, magnificent goal by Mike Galloway, who gets his first goal of the season. Well, he comes sprinting forward from the fence and after 3 minutes hits a spectacular shot which came off Paul Mather's right-hand post before going into the net. Dundee 0, Celtic 1. What a terrific strike with his right foot. The ball clipping the post there and the way into the back of the net, giving Mathers absolutely no chance. Well, he might not score many goals, but they're usually spectaculars. So the perfect start for Celtic. But here come Dundee through Ben Beeman. He's in there again, he's well challenged by Galloway. Laid off now to McQuillan. That's a good cross by McQuillan. It's blocked there by McNally. Well, Dundee going right back into the attack. And I suspect we'll see a lot of this afternoon. Two teams committed to going forward. But Celtic couldn't have asked for a better start to this match. Well, Galloway will be absolutely delighted with himself. So the So Dundee getting it partly cleared. Referee waving play on. So the free kick to Dundee, and it's Jim Duffy to take it. Clash there involving Dozine and Galloway, and the decision goes Celtic's way against the big Dundee striker. Well, he was ordered off against Celtic in the Skull Cup match at Parkhead earlier in the season, and a string of bookings he's had as well, so he'll have to keep things calm. It was Slater getting the touch on, but the ball drifts behind for the goal kick. Long kick by Mathers. It's headed on by Gilzean. A touch by Den Beeman. In steps McNally for Celtic. Playing it through to Slater. It's picked up now by Campbell. It's Verto playing it through. Cut out by Grant. That's McNally. And the ball goes out of play for the throw to Dundee. Gilzean winning it, but it drifts out of play for the throw to Celtic. So McNally with the throw to Celtic. McNally again, high one forward. Picked up now by Ivo Den Beeman. Just too much on that one for John McQuillan. So the throw to Celtic. Quickly taken there by Boyd. Now it's Galloway. McStay. Laid off by Mowbray to Collins. Well, Dundee closing down their opponents quickly. Here's McStay now for Celtic. Again being forced to backtrack a bit. Collins with the long cross. Norman, can you hear me now? That's fine, okay. So it's Mowbray getting the touch for Celtic. Back to his goalkeeper. A long kick from Bonner and straight through to his opposite number. It's Boyd stepping in for Celtic. It's carefully watched by Duffy. Headed on there by Grant. A little touch from Vata, but returned by Verto. It's McNally. Well, Celtic will want to keep things calm for a spell, having taken such an early lead. Now it's Galloway. Breaks to Boyd. Now it's McStay. Long ball from Mowbray for Slater to chase, but just too ambitious. Mowbray challenging for it with Gilzean. Referee allowing play to go on. Duffy getting the touch for Dundee. Now it's Dodd. Well, Mowbray putting Bonner under a bit of pressure there from Gilzean. And the ball's hooked out of play for the throw-in. Pat Bonner still looking for his first shutout since returning to the side. So it's Celtic's ball. No, in fact, awarded to Dundee. Long one played forward by Alan Dinney. Mowbray gets his head to it. That's McQuillan. High one through from Kevin Bain. Bonner commits himself. Well, completely misses it there as Gulzine made the challenge. In the last few minutes, the Celtic defence has not looked at all clever. First of all, it was Mowbray's pass back, and then this by Bonner. Good challenge by Den Beeman, getting away from Galloway. Still Den Beeman. And it's McNally stepping in for Celtic as Den Beeman tried to get the ball through to Gulzine. So it goes behind for the corner kick. Some good play there by Ivo Den Beeman. Got away initially from Galloway. And it was McNally who sent the ball high out of play as Ian Gulzine threatened. So the Dutchman doing well there. In comes a corner kick. Bonner's lost it again. It's Dodds. It's off the bar. And Gulzine sends it behind for the goal kick. Well, Pat Bonner again in all kinds of trouble. And the Dundee fans getting right behind the team. Dodds sending the ball off the underside of the bar. And then Gulzine's header went just wide. Well, that's 3 mistakes in the Celtic defence in the last few minutes. Good powerful header forward. It's a long kick from Bonner, aimed at the head of Jerry Craney. Well headed away though by Verto. Peter Grant laying it off to McNally. And the first time effort there from Collins, but it went well wide of target. Well, 4 goals he scored this season, John Collins. Now the ball goes out of play for the throw to Celtic. Taken there by Boyd, picked up now by Galloway. Cleared by McQuillan for Dundee. Powerful header from Mowbray. Swept away there by Alan Dinney. Gulzine going for it with McNally. He played it through there for Campbell, but Celtic had plenty of cover. It was Galloway to McNally. Cut out by Duffy. Mowbray's in there. Well, Mowbray's certainly won most of the high challenges so far. Here comes McQuillan. It's cleared by Boyd, but the ball drifts out of play for the throw to Dundee. Well, certainly a smashing start to the match, with Galloway striking after just 3 minutes, and then Billy Dodds sending the ball off the underside of the Celtic crossbar. Plenty of action in these early stages. Now it's Rudy Vata for Celtic, laid off to Peter Grant, a player, of course, who was linked with Dundee during the summer, but he loses out there. It's cut out by Dodds. It's Mowbray's header, laid off by Den Beeman. Just too much in that one for McQuillan. It was Gary McEwen who had made the pass. So it's Vata going for it, and Campbell sends the ball out of play for the throw-in. And it's a throw to Dundee. It's left to Stephen Campbell. Peter Grant was in there battling away. Vata's in there too now. It's a nice work by Craney, but the offside flag is up against Slater. was Peter Grant getting the touch. Forward by Boyd to Slater. And steps John Collins. Nice play by Collins to McStay. They're trying to pick out Slater. And it goes out of play for the throw to Dundee. Well, some nice close play by Celtic. It's the final pass letting them down. So it's Collins to take this throw for Celtic. He finds Galloway. It's McStay. Mowbray. And Celtic content to knock it about. And Galloway taken right out of the play by Billy Dodds. And the referee going over to have a word with the Dundee player. Certainly a sore one there for Mike Galloway. And chopped down there. And the referee giving a word of warning to the Dundee player. I'm quite sure he's left it, no doubt, but one more transgression and he'll be in the book. So it's Collins for Celtic with Boyd going in the overlap. Still Collins playing it to the far post. Well, Vata was coming in, but it drifts behind for the goal kick. I'm sure Celtic fans delighted to see the Albanian in the side this afternoon. First real look at him after his few reserve outings. Gilzine wins it for Dundee. It's a pass back again from Mowbray. Cleared upfield by Bonner. Vata beaten it there by Campbell. It's McStay for Celtic, switching the play to Boyd. Collins. Again, Celtic content to knock it about, keep things fairly tight at the back. They're in the driving seat at the moment. Boyd playing it through to Craney. McStay. It's McNally's cross, taken down by Duffy. Well controlled by McStay, a lovely first touch there. Now it's Collins. Celtic content to tempt Dundee forward. Again, Galloway and Mowbray knocking it about, trying to draw Dundee towards them. Much to the annoyance of the Dundee fans just below us. There's Tom Boyd for Celtic. Cut out by Duffy. That's Den Beeman. Pursued all the way by Collins and Galloway. Taken out of the play by Galloway, the free kick awarded. Well, Den Beeman has certainly played exceptionally well for Dundee this season. He's already posed Celtic one or two problems and just taken to the ground there by Galloway. So perhaps a chance for Dundee to pull something back here. The Celtic defence has looked none too clever as the cross balls have gone in. It's Gary McEwen with it. Just behind for the goal kick. Campbell wins it against Vata. Returned by McNally. Campbell's in there again. So too is McEwen. Peter Grant fighting for it. Now it's Gilzine for Dundee. Playing it through for Dodds. Good challenge though by Galloway. And it all breaks down for Dundee. It's played out towards Den Beeman, but he really didn't have much of a chance of getting hold of that pass. Ball aimed at Craney. Again, Duffy does well. This is Dodds. Dispossessed by Grant. Well, the game's a bit of a dip after a very exciting start indeed. Both teams going at one another. Well, I wonder how Peter Grant feels about it all today. Linked with Dundee, in fact, to come up here to Dens Park for talks a couple of times at the start of the season. But he decided if he was going to move at all, it would be down south. Den Beeman getting his head to the ball initially, followed up by McQuillan. It's Boyd clearing for Celtic. Cleared by Duffy. Good header there from Golzine to Dodds. The referee calling over Peter Grant. That was a promising move there by Dundee. They had Campbell thundering down the left. Well, the referee is being very tolerant. He let Dodds off with a warning for his challenge on Galloway, and now Grant receives a warning for his challenge on Dodds. But I do suspect that Mr McVicker's patience will not stretch much further. Long ball played forward by McEwen. Golzine's in there again. It's Dodds laying it off to Stephen Campbell. It's picked up now by Collins. Galloway quickly closed down. He does well under pressure, but just too many Dundee players around. It was Den Beeman who won it. It's played there from Bain to Dodds. Through now for Campbell. It's cut out by Vata. It was intercepted by Dusan Bertel. Well, Den Beeman has drifted over to the left side of the field now for Dundee, but it's Vata for Celtic. Collins. Golzine trying to hammer his way through. Well, Grant took a knock there. There's Dodds with the shot. Well, Bonner was at full stretch there. It goes behind for the goal kick. But Bonner left scrambling across his line. The ball actually went through the legs of Tony Mowbray. Billy Dodds has had a fine season so far, scoring 8 goals, including one from the penalty spot. So unlucky not to have scored here this afternoon. It was Collins to McStay. Craney. This is Collins. Galloway. Again, Celtic trying to build from the back. Galloway playing it through, looking for Boyd. A good challenge there from Alan Dinny. Boyd's cross, Vata's in there. But, the header causing no real problem for Paul Mathers. But 2 goals in these 3 reserve outings has been fairly impressive. But he got up well there to that one without getting any real direction on it. Free kick awarded to Celtic. Den Beeman tangling there with Mowbray. So it's being left to Pat Bonner. Played off by Golzine to McEwen. Tackled by Grant. Vata sliding in. Certainly a solid enough challenge. Dundee have the throw-in. This is Campbell to Den Beeman. Picked up now by Dodds. Good play by Dodds. Well, again, Billy Dodds coming close for Dundee. Pat Bonner diving to his right there to parry that one. Well, that's 3 times he's threatened the Celtic goal in the first 28 minutes of this match. So it's Campbell to take this free kick for Dundee. Olsen is signalling for it. Same very much in that direction. A touch though by Mowbray, swept away by Boyd, returned by Dundee. McCullen losing out though as Boyd steps in for Celtic, trying to pick out Crenny. Well, after that early strike by Galloway, Dundee can count themselves unlucky not to be in level terms. Here they come again, and it's Paul McStay deep in his own defence, conceding the throw-in. So it's Verto, who's a long throw specialist, to take this one. Aimed at the head of Gulzine. It's McNally clearing for Celtic. Long ball from Dini. Bonner committing himself, punching it clear this time. It's returned by Kevin Bain. Bonner under pressure again, but he handles it well. Gets a pat on the shoulder from Ian Gulzine. So Bonner under a fair bit of pressure there, but clutching the ball as it came in for the second time. Crenny laying it off to Collins. Galloway to Mowbray. Grant. Again Celtic content to knock it about, and the Dundee fans not at all impressed. But, Liam Brady has been saying they must concentrate at the back, they must stop losing silly goals. Mowbray's header, it's returned by McEwen. Well, Liam Brady there with Tommy Craig, his assistant, who was out at the UEFA Cup draw yesterday. And that's Campbell sending the ball back to his goalkeeper, and Mathers had to react swiftly there with Vata appearing. It's Tom Boyd for Celtic. Comfortably taken by Mathers. It's Gulzine's header to Dodds. It's challenged by McStay and Collins. Collins wins it. Slater, McStay. Long ball now for Crenny. It's closed down by Dini. And Dini gets in a foot. Send the ball out for the throw-in. Some good play there between Collins and McStay. A swift counter-attack by Celtic. Slater there surrounded by Dundee players. Alan Dini clears it only as far as Galloway. Now it's Mowbray. Galloway again. He's trying to pick out Boyd. Almost a good ball. It drifted in behind the defence. Billy Dodds has popped up all over the field. Ball breaks away from him though. Now out of play for the throw to Dundee. Well, then Beeman did well again there. Through to Gulzine. He's looking for a bit of support. It's cut out by Galloway. Well, Duffy was caught napping by Slater. Nice back heel flick from Slater. McStay gets the better of Kevin Bain. Well, that is surely a booking. There's some excellent play there by Paul McStay. And that's an unacceptable tackle from Kevin Bain. So this will be the first booking of the afternoon. The referee has shown a fair bit of tolerance so far. So the yellow card is shown. Paul McStay seems none the worse for that tackle. He was attempting to play football and just chopped to the ground. So it's Galloway with the free kick. Well, obviously felt his confidence was high after the wonderful goal he scored after 3 minutes, but you can see him looking heavenwards there. That was well off target. Played forward by Bain to McQuillan. Bain again. Won by Golzine. That was Vata nicking it away from Campbell. And that's a free kick to Celtic. Campbell nudging the Albanian player. So McNally's long free kick breaks to Vata. McQuillan was in there just ahead of Collins. It goes now to McStay. A lovely play by McStay, getting away from Bain. Well, the Celtic captain certainly playing some fine football this afternoon, but it all breaks down there. The ball goes out for the goal kick. It's an excellent play by Paul McStay, stepping away from Kevin Bain, and then with the outside of the right foot getting in. A very good cross indeed. So the Celtic fans chant McStay's name. He of course will be in the Scotland squad, to be named by Andy Roxburgh. And the free kick awarded against Tom Boyd for his challenge on Ivo Den Beeman. Well, the Dundee fans unhappy about that. Boyd pleading his innocence. So can Dundee do something here? They're pushing just about everyone forward. Jim Duffy's the one player staying back. As McEwen delivers the free kick, Bonner commits himself. He's lost it. Well, the Celtic defence all over the place there. Bonner seemed to have clutched that ball and then broke away from his grasp. He's certainly having a bit of a crisis of confidence out there. It's not the first time it's happened in this match. Galloway steaming into the challenge. Blocked by McQuillan. Well, Dundee fighting hard here. But it's McStay for Celtic, through to Slater. McStay again, the temperature of the game certainly rising. It's played through for Slater, but well taken by Paul Mathers. And the Dundee goal, playing his 5th consecutive game today since taking over from Jim Leighton after that jarring 6-3 defeat at Firhill. Boyd's header, returned by Bain, laid off by Den Beeman, played through now for McQuillan. Well, it just went beyond Golzine. Here's Dodds, and Bonner blocks it at the near post. Well, it's a high cross come in from McQuillan. It just went beyond Golzine. Dodds was coming in there, got a second attempt at it. And Bonner did well at his near post to push the ball behind for the corner kick. Well, Dodds has been so unlucky in this first half. That's 4 goal attempts, one of them coming off the crossbar. The save there from Bonner, he's out punching it down, the chance is on here. And John McQuillan sends it high over the crossbar. But again, Pat Bonner didn't look comfortable as the cross came over. He punched it down. He was under pressure again. Of course, 1 or 2 very big players, and the Dundee front line, it was Golzine who put him under pressure, and then McQuillan sent the ball high over the crossbar. Certainly Dundee having a go here. the Dundee fans getting right behind the players. It's Den Beeman with Boyd. And Bonner immediately sends the ball out of play for the throw-in. Taking no chance whatsoever there, and quite right. Dundee playing it forward. Vata does well. Now it's McStay. There's Ben playing it back to Duffy. It's aimed at Gilzine. Mowbray wins it. Bain's up there in support. Laid off there by McEwen. Long one from Dundee. Headed away by Mowbray. Boyd's under a bit of pressure here. Collins. Galloway. The offside flag could get up, possibly against Jerry Craney in the middle. It was played through to Slater, but Craney was well forward also. So it's Duffy's free kick, headed away by Grant. John Collins got in bravely there. Well, it looked like handball, and the referee seemed to think about that. Whether it was accidental or not remains to be seen, but the referee eventually awarded the free kick to Dundee, which was quickly taken by Jim Duffy. Headed away by Galloway. McEwen, another high up one for Bonner. He's under pressure there. The ball dips over from Ivo Den Beeman. Well, it was Ian Gilzine again who placed Pat Bonner in trouble, and this is a feature of Dundee's play this afternoon. They're playing a lot of high balls in towards Bonner. Gilzine is making the challenge, and the shot going in there from Ivo Den Beeman, almost getting him his second goal of the season. Well, he missed the opening day, but he's played in every other game since signing from Montrose. It's Vata challenging with Duffy. It's cleared by Bain, headed on by Dodds. Mowbray's in there for Celtic. Well, the Dundee fans starting to sense that their team are getting themselves back into this match. There's Galloway back to his goalkeeper. Headed forward by Alan Dundee. Cleared by Grant. Out Slater. Grant again. Long ball looking for Collins, and that was Dundee with a little header back to his goalkeeper. Well, he can pick that one up, of course. Craney trying to block his progress, and the referee will have a word with the Celtic striker. It really is quite counterproductive, that. I never touched him, ref, he says, but that's not the point. Well, a real tussle going on this afternoon between Mowbray and Gilzine. The ball goes out of play for the throw to Celtic. Well, Simon Stainrod will be disappointed at the scoreline. His side have certainly made chances. So we're inside the last 3 minutes of this first half. A high boot there, surely, by Den Beeman, and the free kick awarded to Celtic. Well, Mowbray giving it away to McEwen. That was a late challenge there by Peter Grant. Well, some hefty challenges going in here. The referee is attempting to let the game flow. Galloway in trouble. It is challenged by Dodds. It's cleared by Boyd. Well, it really is frantic stuff at the moment. Here's Gilzine now, laying it off to Campbell. But he would love to get something back here before the half-time whistle. They've won the corner kick off Rudy Vata. So that's a signal for various big defenders to come forward. Dundee wearing the number 2, and Verto, number 8, has taken up station on the right side of the penalty area. So it's Gary McEwen to take this kick. A minute and a half of the first half left. It's punched away by Bonner. This is Verto. A high cross from Bain, looking for the head of Gulzine. It breaks Dundee's way. And it's Tom Boyd sending it clear. He was challenged there by Ivo Dan Beeman. It's McQuillan. A bit of pressure in turn from Slater. High ball from Mathers, but the offside flag went up against Gulzine and Dan Beeman. They've been caught offside as the Celtic defence moved out. So this is Campbell for Dundee. Ball goes behind for the goal kick. Well inside the final minute now of this first half. So the Celtic fans now lifting their team towards half-time. The Dundee fans responding. Certainly plenty of atmosphere inside Dens Park this afternoon. So we're now into injury time. It's McQuillan for Dundee, laying it off to Duffy. It's Verto. Den Beeman. Dodds. It's nipped away by Grant though. Gulzine has it, and that's good play by Paul McStay. He read that situation well. And he was happy to concede the throw-in. The referee is checking his watch out there. And there goes the half-time whistle. Well, a terrific start to the match by Celtic. It was Mike Galloway, after just 3 minutes, who broke out of defence. The ball was played in from the left, and from well outside the penalty area, he thundered an unstoppable shot past Paul Mathers and off the right-hand post and into the back of the net. The half-time score here at Dens Park: Dundee 0, Celtic 1. So it's Craney and Slater who get the second half underway. No changes in either side. And right away, a free kick to Dundee, conceded there by Slater. Quickly taken by Jim Duffy, who was exhorting his man just before kick-off there. He's very much the manager's voice on the field. Here, of course, in a player-coach capacity. So it's Craney trying to get forward for Celtic. Matched all the way, though, by Alan Dinney. And Dundee have the throw. Well, I'm quite sure that Simon Steinrod has told his men to just keep things going the way they did in the first half, even although they went in a goal down. Certainly they made most of the chances, put more pressure on the Celtic defence. Well, he's come down now from the stand. He was there during the first half. So it's McStay for Celtic. Collins. McStay again, trying the shot. That's a fine effort. And it's a goal kick. Well, that was a terrific strike by Paul McStay. From well out. Right foot shot, dipping just inches over the crossbar. Paul Mathers was at full stretch. McStay, who scored an excellent goal the other night against Cologne, almost doing it again. It's Gulzine getting the better of McNally. Out comes Bonner. Takes it away from the feet of Dan Beeman. This is Tom Boyd. And it's cut out by Kevin Bain for the throw to Celtic. Mowbray's long pass. Craney and Dinney going for it. And a free kick awarded against the Celtic striker. So he's had a lean afternoon so far, but he's hit 11 goals already this season. And he scored in all three competitions in which he's played. Premier Division, Skull Cup and in Europe. This is Dodds for Dundee, playing it out towards McQuillan, and Boyd provides the cover. Well, Tom Boyd has had to play in a variety of positions for Celtic this season already. He's played right back, left back, centre back, and of course he can also operate in midfield. This is Dinney for Dundee, headed away by McStay. Handball by Slater, who's still looking to break his scoring duck, playing in a more positive front role this afternoon. So Duffy plays it shot to McEwen. Gulzine's in there, Mowbray gets the touch. Bain, well, claims for handball by the Dundee players, but the referee was right up with the play. And did not react at all. Well, there's nothing very conclusive there at all. In fairness to the referee, he was right up with the play. Bonner's under pressure again here. I've seldom seen him have to punch the ball so much in the past, and they have obviously decided on this tactic today. Put as much pressure as possible on him. And of course, with Gulzine in there, it's always a threat, and that's Gulzine being challenged by Mowbray. Two big tough players. So again the throw is left for Berto, long throw specialist. Again it's aimed in towards Den Beeman and Gulzine. Whipped away by Galloway. Here's Slater, he's got Craney away to his left. Mata's breaking to the right. It's Craney with Collins now running in support. Through for Slater. And the ball goes behind for the corner kick. A good swift attacking move by Celtic. And now Dundee will have to keep things tight. Because another goal by Celtic would certainly leave them with a real battle in their hands. Mowbray has moved forward. It's played in his direction, headed away by Dundee. Only as far as Grant. Well, Grant pushed the ball like that out wide the other night. It led to a goal for Celtic. Here's Collins. And it goes over for the goal kick. So Celtic getting in a couple of shots in the early stages of this second half, but certainly that one was nowhere near the quality of the one sent in by Paul McStay. It's Boyd's clearance. Watched by Duffy. Cleared by Dundee. It's Den Beeman with Boyd, and that's Celtic's throw-in. Well, it's a measure of the changes Simon Stainrod has brought to this Dundee side this season, in that in the recent derby against Dundee United at Tannadice, McQuillan, Verto, McEwen, Bain, Den Beeman and Gulzine were all playing in their first Dundee derby. McEwen's clearance, Gulzine's in there with Mowbray. Breaks down to Dodds. Challenge there by Grant. It was a good tackle, but that one by McQuillan was illegal. Challenge on Galloway, and Celtic have the free kick. It's Mowbray playing it through for Vata to chase. Campbell's with him. Vata holds off the challenge as well. But, just misplacing the pass as he tried to find Slater. That's Kevin Bain. Den Beeman with Mowbray. He gets away from this marker. And that was good cover provided by Mark McNally. Well, Mowbray's won just about everything in the air this afternoon, but on the ground there, he was found wanting against Den Beeman. It's McEwen to take the corner kick. Gulzina's on the goal line, right in front of Bonner. Bain's in there for Dundee. It's cleared by Craney. Picked up now by Duffy. Slater closing him down. It's McQuillan finding Duffy. Good play by Duffy. Dodds. Free kick awarded to Celtic. Dodds not happy about it, but again the referee was well up with the play. Vata challenging for it, losing out though to Verto. It's McNally for Celtic. To Boyd. Slater. Duffy steps in for Dundee. Lose it to the head of the Gulzine. It's cut out though by Mowbray. Slater. Vata. Slater again. McNally. Craney. McStay's in there, and the goalkeeper did well. It's cleared by Duffy. Good incisive move that by Celtic, but here come Dundee now. Collins made a good challenge, but then steps Bain for Dundee. McQuillan trying to get forward, he's fouled by Collins. Free kick to be taken by Dundee. Then Beeman got a little touch there, and the ball goes behind for the goal kick. Well, Simon Stainrod looking extremely serious, and he'll be disappointed if he takes nothing out of this match. It's Denny's header, it's picked up though by McStay. Loses out to McEwen. It's played through for Gulzine. And it was Galloway making the challenge. Kevin Bain for Dundee, headed on by Den Beeman, laid off by Dodds, it just falls behind McEwen and steps Mowbray. Good first touch by Slater, it was taken late there by Verto, who will be booked for that. Well, he offers a handshake to the Celtic player, but he will become the second Dundee player to be shown the yellow card. So he can have absolutely no complaints about it. Slater had played the ball through nicely and he came in very late there and caught him. So the high ball from Mowbray and the free kick against Craney. Gulzine gets a little touch there. Galloway was at full stretch, he did well as Dodds tried to get away from him. Craney won it there in the tackle, but went straight to Dodds. Now it's McQuillan. He steps wide for Celtic. And eventually it goes out for the throw-in to Celtic. The game being played at a fair pace. William Brady, I wonder what he makes about all of this after his cultured years in Italy. It's Verto, long ball through for Dodds to chase, but Bonner was well off his line there. Craney get the better of Duffy, a little touch on by Slater, but the ball goes behind for the goal kick. Well, you get the feeling Dundee really have to do something fairly soon here. Good play by Mowbray, he finds McNally. And Slater slipped there at the vital moment. That's cleared by Duffy, returned by Grant. Verto sends it out of play for the throw to Celtic. Grant to McStay, to Boyd. McStay again. Slater's drifted to the left. Then Beeman takes the ball away from him. It's all a bit untidy at the moment. Collins though finds McStay. That's Collins. Boyd getting in the cross. It's chased by Vata. Kept in play. Now it's McNally. To Grant. Galloway. And the offside flag is up against Vata. Well, Rudy Vata had been playing as a centre-back when he was signed by Celtic, but enjoying a right-side midfield role today. Here's McNally now. Verto does well. It's picked up by Grant. McStay. Excellent play by McStay. Slater. In steps Billy Dodds for Dundee, who's been an inspirational player for them this season. He really has to do something to try and lift them at the moment. So we're just past the hour mark as Grant plays it through for Celtic. It's headed out though by Steve Campbell. A big Celtic support there in the background, and Celtic fans populating the other terrace as well. And this whole ticket crowd. So it's McNally with the cross. Collins there at full stretch. Now it's McStay. Swept away by Verto. Galloway being pressured here by Gulzine. He responds well though. Comes it away to Dodds. He was trying to stab it through there to McNally. It's with McNally now. Got it by Verto. Header from Mowbray. Touch on by McStay to Craney. Laid off to Collins. McQuillan's going back there to give Dundee a hand. This is McQuillan. Dodds. Bring it through now for Dan Beeman. Bonner responds quickly though. Excellent play by Billy Dodds. So the Celtic goalkeeper reacted well. Craney racing forward. Well, the defence not looking too clever there. High ball is aimed at Gulzine. Comes off the head of McNally. And Beeman's in there. Mowbray wins it well. This is Duffy. Again, it's aimed at the head of Gulzine. And they try to find Campbell, but McNally's in there and he wins the goal kick. Again, Dundee using the tactic of playing the high ball to Ian Gulzine, who's 2 goals to his credit this season. So it's Duffy winning it for Dundee. Turned by McNally. Duffy's in there again. It's Collins for Celtic to Grant. McNally. This is Galloway. Boyd. It's cut out by McQuillan as he tried to find Craney there. Kevin Bain. Long ball from Dundee. Well, this is interesting because Mowbray couldn't pass it back in that situation under pressure from McQuillan. Mowbray's shouting at Bonner that he really should have come out for that one and cleared it. So a bit of a misunderstanding there between the Celtic centre-back and his goalkeeper. Meanwhile, Dundee are making a substitution, and the new signing, Andy Kiwomya from Sheffield Wednesday, comes on in place of Ivo Den Beeman. So he comes on to a huge cheer. His brother Chris plays at Ipswich. So it's Gulzine. Cleared by Mowbray. It's Kiwomya giving chase. Well, a good early impact by the substitute. McEwen's cross. It's headed away by Boyd. McNally eventually sending it away from the immediate danger area, but it's McQuillan sending it back in. Gulzine's in there. It's headed down by McNally, picked up now by McStay for Celtic. He's looking for Craney. It's cut out by Dundee. In steps Collins for Celtic. Now it's McStay. And the offside flag goes up. Craney can't quite believe it. It was a close decision. But, a bit of chat going on now. And The referee is calling Craney over, obviously for his reaction to that decision. So Craney becomes the third player booked this afternoon. Bain and Verto of Dundee, Craney of Celtic. As Duffy takes the free kick, it's headed on by Golzine. Well, again, Bonner decides to stay in his line. Galloway was calling for him to come out there. It's obviously a ruling that's still causing problems for defenders and goalkeepers. And Galloway looking back at Bonner, and they're having a long-distance conversation. This is Golzine for Dundee, but Collins gets the touch. It's cleared there to Craney. Played off by Payton. And Slater, I should say. It's McStay with a crossfield pass to Vata. Good ball by Vata, and that put Mathers under pressure. It's McStay. It's cut out by McQuillan. This is Dodds. Trying to find the substitute, Kiwomya. And McNally steps in. Long ball from Verto, looking for the head of Golzine. It's knocked away by Galloway, only as far as Campbell. He loses out to Craney. It's through to Slater. Celtic pouring men forward. Vata's breaking through in the right. Good running by Vata. Well, it's headed away by McQuillan. Now it's Kiwomya, but all goes wrong. Celtic have the throw. And this time it goes Dundee's way. So we're midway through the second half. Celtic leading by a goal to nil as McNally gets in the header. Slater's battling for it there with Verto, and the Celtic player penalised. Galloway's header. Duffy challenges for it. It's Duffy again to Bain. McQuillan. Headed away by Galloway. And steps Craney. Now it's Boyd. And Boyd fouled. So the free kick awarded to Celtic. He'll be quite happy to keep things as they are. These would be 2 good points for them this afternoon after losing 2 matches at home. So Celtic making a change now. Fulton is coming on, Steve Fulton, and Rudy Vata goes off. Steve Fulton, who hasn't been much involved in the first team this season, gets a chance to prove himself. It's Galloway's header. Dodds is in there battling for it. Chested down by Golzine. Back to Dodds. That was excellent play there by Golzine, but the challenge goes in from Galloway. This is McStay. Now it's Fulton. Peter Grant. To McNally. Now it's McStay. Fulton again. Let's get Boyd to his left. Flips it forward though, looking for Collins. It's headed away by Campbell. Kiwomya. McNally steps in for Celtic, laid off by Slater. It's Mowbray's header. Campbell got the touch there for Dundee. It's cut out by Grant for Celtic. Plays it into space for Slater to chase, but Verto's there. Positive clearance from the goalkeeper. Well, the flag has gone up. Offside decision there against Slater. It's Craney's header. That's McStay to Fulton. McStay trying to get Celtic going again. It's McNally. Mowbray takes on Gulzine. Fulton. Boyd to his left. Across comes Alan Dinney to the challenge. Fulton to Boyd. Craney. Good turn by Craney. Excellent shot and a fine save by Paul Mathers, diving to his right there. And an excellent turn by the Celtic striker. And a powerful shot with his right foot, which took an upward dip, and a fine one-handed save by Paul Mathers. Billy Dodd's getting the touch for Dundee, but there's no support there at all. And Dundee will really have to some more support forward for Dodds and for Gulzine. They've relied a lot on the high ball to Gulzine. There he is again. It's cleared by Galloway to Fulton. Craney. Yes, Dundee have also got to look out for the sucker punch. Another goal would surely finish them off now. Here comes McQuillan. Celtic looking comfortable as things stand. This is Slater. And he wins the throw-in. Conceded there by Alan Dinney, who reverted to full-back this season after playing in a midfield role last season. Laid off by McStay to Fulton. McStay again, gives it away though, and steps McEwen. So Stuart Beattie is about to come on now for Dundee, and it's Kevin Bain who's going off. So Dundee play the last card of the afternoon. Beattie, of course, very experienced player. And he gets an early touch. Through to Billy Dodds. This is Gulzine getting away from Boyd. Taking on Galloway. Still Gulzine. They tried to play it through to Dodds, but it's cut out by Galloway. He's given it away though. McEwen under pressure from Craney. He does well. Finds McStay. McStay might go all the way here. He takes on Duffy. And that was a good challenge by Duffy. who gives the Celtic captain a pat on the head, but you can see that McStay thought he could get through a gap, and Duffy responded. Well, he's had a fine game, Paul McStay. So Tony Mowbray is moving forward to the edge of the area as John Collins prepares to take the corner. Golzine goes to meet him. Mowbray gets the touch. It's swept away by Duffy, only as far as Fulton. So we're inside the last 15 minutes. Time running away from Dundee. Kiwomya going for it, but beaten by McNally. He is in there. It's McQuillan who eventually got the touch. The Dundee fans and Ian Golzine feel they should have a free kick there. But referee waving play on. And Mathers had to react quickly there. Meanwhile, the offside flag went up at the other end. Billy Dodds went straight forward. More instructions from Simon Steinrod. A high free kick from Mowbray. Verta got the touch. That's Kiwomya. Long one for Dodds to chase. Mowbray's in there with McNally. Well, McNally now shouting back towards his goalkeeper. There's been a lot of falling out this afternoon between Bonner and his defenders, and this is something they will have to work on. So it's Verto, the long throw specialist. Again, he makes ahead of Golzine. He gets the touch. It's swept away by Paul McStay. Cut out by Dinny. In comes Fulton. Now it's Crenny. Keeps it in play. And a good tackle by Stuart Beattie. McStay to Boyd. Grant goes down there by McEwen. He finds McStay again. Switch of play to Fulton. It's Kiwomya. Paul McStay watching him carefully. The ball is out of play for the throw to Celtic. Oh, Paul McStay just ran alongside the Dundee substitute and ran him right out of play. This is Dodds for Dundee. But now to McEwen. And that was Peter Grant clearing. Then he gets a touch but slips there. That's McQuillan, and Dundee have to settle for the throw-in, conceded by Tom Boyd. Good play there by McQuillan, but the cross just drifting behind. He did the difficult part. Maybe disappointed there. His cross drifted behind for the goal kick. Billy Dodds to Kiwomya, taking on McNally. who concedes the throw-in. Well, we're inside the final 10 minutes of the match. And again, it's left to Verto for the long throw. Again, Gulzine has taken up station at the near post. Well, Bonner slaps at that one, and it's cleared by McNally. Well, he's had a difficult time of it with Gulzine's challenges, but he certainly hasn't looked comfortable today at all, Pat Bonner. And he's under more pressure now. Again, it's Verto. Again, it's in towards Gulzine. Mowbray's there. It breaks to Grant. Returned by McEwen. Mowbray again getting the touch. Picked up by Paul McStay. Beattie does well again. Beattie gets another touch through to Dodds. It's blocked by Mowbray. It's Kiwomya to Campbell. Dundee lifting the pace again. Headed away by Mowbray. As far as Beattie. That's McClellan. Beattie again. This time it's Galloway clearing. Craney gets a touch for Celtic. This is Slater. Switch to Collins. Peter Grant. That's Boyd. Well, again, Celtic will want to calm things down. Dundee have got to make the running. This is Steve Fulton for Celtic. Slater. Collins. Slater again, good ball through towards Collins. Campbell gets it away, concedes the throw-in. There's not much else he could have done there. So Celtic about to make a substitution. Stuart Slater is leaving the field. And on will come Andy Payton, who's scored 5 goals in his 11 games so far, including the Skull Cup winner against Dundee at Celtic Park. And Celtic win the corner kick of Kiwomya. Again, Mowbray starts a run forward as Collins takes the kick. There is Mowbray. Duffy got it away, only as far as Grant. Now it's Fulton. And it's Dundee's throw. And you can see Celtic's tactic is clearly to keep things very quiet indeed. Dundee will really have to try and raise things again. Time running away from them. And you can see the frustration there from the Dundee manager. Can't score off the balls in their own half of the field. Craney digs in there, gets it to Fulton. Now it's McStay. Again, Celtic content to keep it calm. And no doubt it's a message from Liam Brady. They have been just too rash in so many games, throwing away the lead. Maybe they can finish it all now. It's Collins. And the shot goes high. So Collins there. Not really putting Mathers under any great pressure. Just over 5 minutes left. It's Gulzine's header. Cleared by Galloway. Chested down by McEwen. Switch to McQuillan. Laid off to Beattie. Through now for Billy Dodds. It's quickly closed down though by Tom Boyd. He retains possession. Now it's Verto. To Campbell. McEwen. Again, it all breaks down for Dundee. Ferto took a bit of a chance there, but it came off brilliantly. Sometimes that's what you need to turn a game. You retain possession. It's Alan Dundee. Aimed at the head of Golzine. It's Kawamia. Closed down by Collins. It's Peter Grant stepping in. It's Collins again. Well, Dundee put a lot of pressure on Celtic in the first half, playing the high ball forward, but they've run out of ideas in the second half. That was Mathers with the high clearance, and McNally takes no chance whatsoever with Billy Dodds snapping away at his heels. Meanwhile, Ian Golzine is on the ground just outside the Celtic penalty area, and looks as though he might require some treatment. Well, Celtic know they're just minutes away from picking up 2 very good points. At the start of the afternoon, 4 behind Rangers and 3 ahead of Dundee. And, most teams coming here this season will find it a difficult place. Well, Dundee have used both the substitutes, as have Celtic, so they really want Golzine back on his feet in these closing stages. Well, Mike Galloway there, who's done some sterling work in the Celtic defence and also scored the only goal of the match after 3 minutes, but he's played extremely well this afternoon alongside Tony Mowbray. Well, again, it's going to be the tactic of the long throw from Dusan Verto. Jim Duffy's gone up to join the attack, but free kick awarded against him. Frustrating afternoon for the Dundee player coach. So he'll have to start pushing people forward here. Less than 3 minutes to go, plus of course any injury time to be added on by Mr. McVicker. There will be a little. It's Verto playing it forward. Well, claims for a free kick there against Mowbray for his challenge and dodge, but the referee letting play go on. It's Dodds again. Steps away from Grant. Bonner had to act smart. I think it was actually going past anyway, but Bonner get down to his right hand post. It was Dodds getting away from Grant. He couldn't really make the challenge there, just inside the penalty area. And Bonner kept that one in play. A free kick against Craney for backing into Duffy. A word of warning there from the referee. He's already been booked. Dundee have no choice now but to push everyone forward. It's Beattie getting it through to McEwen, laid off to Golzine, put through by Dundee. McEwen lays it off now to McQuillan. Dundee have got just about everybody forward, and that was a good interception by Mowbray. As Beattie threatened, Dundee still have it though. It's McEwen's cross, it's headed away by Grant. Picked up now by Payton. Tried to find Collins, but it's cut out by Duffy. 1 minute left now. It's Kawamia stepping in for Dundee. They've really got to get it forward. It's cut out by McNally. Duffy getting a touch for Dundee. It was McStay stepping in there. Swept forward by Verto. Picked up now by Dodds. Grant's in there for Celtic. It breaks to Campbell. This is Dundee. Switching it to McMillan. He's closed down by Boyd. This is Verto. It's headed away by Mowbray. Inside the final 30 seconds. It's Payton for Celtic. Collins breaking through now. And the linesman raises his flag, and the free kick goes Dundee's way, given against John Collins for using an elbow to nudge his opponent out of the way. Peter Grant sliding in now to knock the ball out of play. We've now moved into injury time. It's Jim Duffy. Again, it's the high ball played towards Gilzine. This is Galloway for Celtic. It's just a matter now of clearing it anywhere from a Celtic point of view. It's Dundee. Headed away there by Boyd. Picked up now by Fulton. McStay. Laid off by Crenny to Grant. Again, Celtic calming things down. The referee has another look at his watch. Laid off by Payton. Stays in there. Kavomia wins it, but there is the final whistle, and Celtic win 2 excellent points here at Dens Park. And there's the man who scored the only goal of the game after 3 minutes. He came galloping forward out of defence and struck a mighty shot which clipped the post in the way into the back of the net. The final score here at Dens Park, Dundee 0, Celtic 1.